Welcome to the Atlantic Global Portfolio Management tutorial. In this tutorial, we will take a look at some of the features that you can use to help manage large quantities of projects and programs. The user will enter their user ID and password and click on the Sign In button to access the solution. In this presentation, we will focus on three key dashboards: the project dashboard, which is where all project and program-related information is stored; the capability dashboard, which is used to coordinate the deployment of resources across projects; and finally, the scenario modeling dashboard, which is used to balance project resource demand with key resource constraints that may exist within your organization. Let's start with the project dashboard. We organize our projects into a hierarchy. In this simple example, we have projects rolling up into programs of work. You can have up to 10 levels in the project hierarchy, and this can be easily configured to suit your organization. By clicking on an item in the hierarchy, I can see all of the information that relates to that particular entry. Let's have a look at a project forecast. A forecast is used to communicate the resources required and expenditure required for a project. You can have different versions or revisions of the forecast, and you can also baseline any version of the forecast for future reference. Let's have a look at the content of a forecast. On the first tab, I specify the amount of effort by role and by department. A role is like a virtual person. You can allocate a cost rate to a role. This way, it automatically calculates the cost of resources on your project. When entering the effort, you can specify months or weeks, and you can also enter in units of days or people, often referred to as full-time equivalents. You can import from another forecast, or you can import the data from a task-based plan. Let's have a look at the expenditure requirements for a project. For each expenditure line, I have to specify the expense type, and I can also enter in some free text to add further detail to this budget line. Let's have a look at the Financial Summary tab. This tab has two modes, a summary mode and a forecast comparison mode. The summary mode simply calculates the entire cost on a monthly basis or cumulative basis. You can also scroll up the hierarchy, where it will automatically summarize the entire cost for a program. By entering into forecast comparison mode, I can now compare the current live program budget against the sum of all of the costs for all the projects that exist underneath this program. You can either look at it monthly, or you can look at the glide path. The Resource Management tab is used to perform a similar function. It analyzes the resources you demanded for a program and also the resources that were supplied to your program. You can drill into each project and look at the resource demand by role and also the supply by role. You can even drill in and see who was supplied to fulfill this resource demand. You can set up milestones or deliverables against a project, program, or at any level in the hierarchy. In this particular example, we have 6 milestones. 3 have been completed, 3 are still open, and 1 of those is overdue. Let's edit a milestone. You can publish a milestone to any level in the hierarchy. You can complete, reschedule, or drop a milestone if it's no longer valid. In all of these cases, you must provide supporting narrative, which is written into the audit file. The system keeps a complete audit of all changes made to a milestone. You can also specify dependencies. This is milestone to milestone dependencies, either within a project or cross-project. All milestones roll up in the hierarchy, providing a very powerful view across the entire program. It also provides an easy way of identifying all overdue milestones on a program. You can view all of the risks for a program. This will show you all of the risks that have been escalated to this level. I can also see all the related actions, including all of the overdue actions. And finally, I can look at all of the status reports. A status report can be entered at any level in the hierarchy. In this case, we have entered in status reports against projects. I can now see a history of all of the status reports that have been entered against this project. If I want to see the full details, I simply click on the PDF. You can also access a library of graphical and crosstab reports that helps you analyze this information. We'll now look at the Capability Management dashboard. At the top of the screen, I can filter by any department or organizational entity. And within that, I can focus on all roles or on a specific role. The first bar on the graph shows me my capability. This takes into account people joining and leaving my team. The second bar is the demand for resources coming in from projects. And the third bar is the work I've allocated to my team. I can click on the Resource tab and look at the utilization of each individual, and I can drill in and view which projects each resource has been assigned to. I can use the Remaining Demand tab to view which projects still require resources. And if I've already assigned people to a project and the project manager has moved the project or delayed the project, that could result in oversupply. I can quickly identify where there's oversupply within a team by clicking on the Oversupply tab. Similar to the project dashboard, there's a library of reports that will help you analyze this information. And finally, we can look at the Scenario Modeling dashboard. This will show me all of the projects that are currently live in my organization. I can exclude projects from the scenario. I can select different versions of the plan, and I can view the latest project status report. I can also add projects that have not been approved into the scenario. By clicking on the Resource tab, I can view the impact of this scenario. This currently shows me the utilization of all the roles in this organization based on the selection within this portfolio. If I need to drill in and find out why this is 88% utilized, I could show the demand. I could also show the capability. I can drill in and see which projects are creating the demand. And I can also drill in and see which people are in each team. For more information on portfolio management, please refer to the user guide.